Good day, class. You are welcome once again. Hope you rested a lot. We are going to learn a very important topic, and the topic for today, we are going to learn mathematics. The topic for today is area and perimeter of shapes. It might not necessarily be shape, it can be any object. What is an area? We say that area is the total surface of a given shape. Let's assume that I'm using this as my shape. This exercise book is my shape now, and we all know that this is a rectangle. And the space here, the total surface of this book now is the area of this book. This place I'm touching, the whole of this place is the total surface of this exercise book. So this is the area of this book. The example says find the area of a square whose side is 5 centimeters. Now this is how a square looks like. And from the property of a square, we know that all the sides are equal. So in the example here, they gave only one side, which is 5 centimeters. And the formula for finding the area of a square is side squared. The side may be the length, maybe they are the same, because since the given side is 5 here, it's assumed that this side is also 5 centimeters. So we now say, let's say the area now will be equals to 5 squared. So 5 squared means 5 times 5, which is 25 centimeter square. The centimeter square is the unit for finding the area. If it was meter, you would have said 25 meter square, as the case may be. Example 2 says that find the area of a rectangular football field whose length is 50 meters and the width is 10 meters. Let's take this as football field as an example. Let's assume that our football field is 50 meters by 10 meters. So how do we know the side that is the longer side is always the length, and we can see that 50 is bigger than 10. So we use the formula that says area is equals to length times breadth, or length times width. In this case, the breadth and the width are the same. You can use any of them. So length is 50 centimeters, times 10 meters. So when you multiply 50 by 10, you have 500 meter square. So that is the area of the football field. Then we're going to look at the area of triangles. This is the formula for finding area of triangle. Area equals half times base times height. This is how a triangle looks like. This downside is what we call the baseline. Then this line from up projecting downward is called the height, or the perpendicular height. So here the baseline is given as 16 centimeters, while the height is given as 12 centimeters. So we're going to put the formula now. The formula says area equals half times baseline times height. So this equals 1, that is half times the baseline is 16 all over 1 times 12, which is the height all over 1. So we cancel this. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes into 16, 8. So when you multiply this, you have 8 times 12. So when we multiply 8 times 2 is 16, carry 1, 8 times 1 is 8 plus 1, 9. So you have 9 centimeter square. So that is the area of this triangle. Hope that is understood. Okay, so now we want to look at the area of circles. We have a formula for finding area of a circle, and the formula is area equals to pi r squared. That is pi times r squared. What is the meaning of pi? Pi is not an English alphabet, it's a Latin alphabet. It is written like this, pi, and it is a constant. What do I mean by constant? It does not change. It has a specific value which is 22 over 7. You don't need to forget this. Always remember that pi is equal to 22 over 7, or it can be written like this, 3.142. This is in decimal and this is in fraction. If you change this fraction to decimal, it will give you this. So that's the value of this. And the r means the radius of the circle. Let's take a look at the circle. This is a circle. This is how a circle looks like. And this is the center of the circle. From this point to the circumference of the circle, this is the circumference of the circle. So from this center to the circumference of the circle is what we call the radius. So in this example 4, say find the area of a circular field whose radius is 7 centimeters. And you are told to take pi equals 22 over 7. Most cases, they don't even ask you. You're supposed to know that pi is always 22 over 7. So let's put the formula which says area is equals to pi r squared. So we put this, pi is 22 over 7 times radius, which is 7 squared. So 22 over 7 times 7 squared means 7 times 7, which is what? 49 all over 1. So we cancel this, 7 cancel this, 7, 1, cancel 49 how many times? 7 times. So we now multiply this by this 22 times 7, and this will give us 7 times 2, which is 14. Carry 1, 7 times 2, 14 plus 1, 15. And that gives us the area of the circle, which is 154 centimeters square. I hope that is understood. So you can see that we use the different formula for finding area of a square and rectangle, different formula for finding area of a triangle, and this is the formula for finding area of a circle. So without wasting time, I want us to quickly look at what we mean by perimeter. What do we understand by perimeter? Let me still use the example that I was using in the area. When we started, I told you that the whole of this, the total space or the surface of this exercise book is the area. But perimeter is the distance. The distance, assume that this is the point A. I start moving from here to here, point B, to point C, to point D, then I come back again to point A. So the distance that I'm moving is the perimeter, the total distance. So we say that perimeter is the total distance around a given shape. We have some formula that we use in finding perimeter. The first formula is side A plus side B plus side C plus side D dot dot dot. It means it continues. I wrote here for polygon because polygons have different sizes, different sides. So let's assume that this is a triangle. The triangle has 3 sides. We have a rectangle or square, which has 4. Then we have the one that has 5, that is the pentagon. We have the hexagon. We have the heptagon, the octagon, the nonagon, and the decagon. Those are the sides of the polygon. So if it is a shape that has 3 sides, that means I will stop at A plus B plus C. If it's a shape that has 4 sides, I will stop at A plus B plus C plus D, and so on and so forth. We also use the perimeter is equal to 2 times length plus breadth. Then we also use this. Perimeter is 1 side times 4 for squares. This formula is mostly used for squares. So we need to take note of this. Any of this formula can be used depending on the way the question is asked. Example 5 says, find the distance around this shape. This is the given shape now. Okay, let's look at this shape. This shape is a square. So this formula will go. So I will use the number 3 formula. We say 1 side times 4. Remember I told you that a square has all the sides equal. So since one side is given, there's something that all other sides are the same. So this one side is 12 centimeters times 4. So when you multiply this, 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 1 is 4, so you have 48 centimeters. Then the unit of finding perimeter is centimeter. There's no, so we don't put centimeter square, is centimeter. So the perimeter of this shape is 48 centimeters. Example 6. Find the perimeter of the rectangle whose length is 12 centimeters and breadth is 6 centimeters. This is a rectangle. Then we have here 12 centimeters. We have here 6 centimeters. So I want to use this formula now. Perimeter equals 2 times length plus breadth. So 2 times, what is my length? The length is the longest distance, which is 12 plus 6 centimeter. 12 plus 6 will give me what? 18 centimeter. So 2 times 18 is going to give me 2 times 8 is 6, 2 times 1, so that is 36 centimeter. So the perimeter of this shape is 36 centimeter. Finally, we want to look at the perimeter, or we call the circumference of the circle. So most often they normally use circumference when we are calculating circle. So some books you see perimeter, while some books you see circumference of a circle. So these are the formula that we use in finding the circumference of a circle. Circumference equals to pi times diameter, or circumference equals to 2 pi r, depending on the way the question is being asked. Remember, I write here note that diameter is 2 times r. Let's quickly look at this shape that I drew before. This is a circle. The diameter is a line started from the circumference drawn across the center of the circle to the next circumference. So this is the diameter of a circle. Why the radius start from here? So you can see that radius is half the diameter. That's why we came with this formula that diameter is 2 times. That is, the diameter is 2 times the radius. So in this case, the example says, find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is 14. So it is diameter that's given. That means we will use this formula. Let's quickly use that formula that has diameter. We say that circumference equals to pi times what? The diameter. So this, we have already known that pi is 22/7 times the diameter that is given is what? 14 centimeter all over 1. So this cancel this cancel these 2 times. So you now say 22 times 2, which gives us what? 44 centimeter. So the diameter, the circumference or the perimeter of this circle gives us 44 centimeter. I hope you do understand what we have just explained. If maybe you did not follow the steps, you can go back to watch from the beginning. If you watch from the beginning, follow the steps, you're going to get it